What's good, YouTube and Twitch? We're live to both with a bit of a roundtable. Anybody from chat is welcome to join in, and we'll also be talking with chat here on the OCG April 1st ban list that has dropped. Ban list content? Yep. Imperial Order joins their ban list as it has to ours, and they actually put Verte on the list, peeling off Fusion Destiny, which they previously had forbidden. This is a huge move because it's very rare that you see a ban list go, wait, we were wrong on this thing, let's switch it around next one. It does happen. Sometimes they try one thing and go the other way, like ABC and Firewall. I feel like in this instance, though, they're almost testing the waters one way and then another way and then going, well, card design this way and switching back and forth. And I respect that decision of trying different things and different approaches. Even though I disagree that Verte is the problem card here, I do agree that Konami's likely to slap the word fusion on pretty nice cards and make them semi-broken, and that Verte will interact in not the most positive way with them. I think that for card design arguments, though, that you already need to watch how putting fusion on a card works, and you have so many cards and searchers and things that work with cards like that, you should be at all times thinking about how broken a fusion card is, and you can make, like Invocation, cards that fuse cards, not have to say fusion. That's my rant on Predaplant Verte Anaconda, though. I do actually respect and like this move of back and forth. Now, you might see that Water Enchantress and Rite of Armasir, I'm going to murder that name, is already semi-limited in the OCG and going to limited, kind of signaling in the future that engine could get throttled and chokeholded over here in the TCG. I do think that is something that will eventually apply here. Konami TCG likes to cash in on their reprints, but the side sets are already struggling so much and floundering. I don't think they care too much about another one going the way of not being successful, even though this one was poised and promised to, with Torrential and E-Telly and Solemn Strike collector rares, and then these being big money. I don't know that they're going to try to cash in on reprints on these cards. We'll have to wait and see. Now, the most impressive part to me is the use of the semi-limit section. And boy, did they do some lifting. New to the semi-limit section, I guess I would have to zoom out for that one, is going to be Sanguine. You have their branded card here, branded opening. You have Pot of Prosperity and Fractal. Why I really like the use of the OCG semi-limit section is, well, if you're going to hit them, you should just do it hard. These decks don't necessarily need to be torn down all of a sudden. Like, yes, Eldritch has been around for a long time, but just hurting the consistency a little, like to see it. Pot of Prosperity, I think all the pots should be semi-limited. Honestly, over time, you're not going to see that move in the TCG for a while. That's definitely a card they'll think about reselling to a big degree. Fractal, yeah, that's a card that they use time and time again as a combo starter, extender plan to get more cards in the graveyard. Love to see also the Tenki Searchable card. Then you have the moves from before, you know, being hit in a harsher way to unlimited / semi-limited. And those semi-limits are going to be Night Assailant, so Infinite Loops, my brother. Their Harmonizing Magician was actually at 1 and got put to 2. Their Party Boat over there is unbanned because Hunter is banned. You have the Orcust Harpcore going to 2, giving further consistency to that toss format in the TCG win. You have more Infinite Loops with the Divine Valley field spell, Divine Wind of Mist Valley. You have Raigeki. They're a little more timid about putting it to 3 than we were. You have draw cards with the Beginning of the End. I think that's still at 3 over here. And then Trishula going to 2, which Synchro Loops / being able to rip the hand even harder. I'm not a big fan of, but, you know, it is what it is there. Then finally, their Unlimited section would make DZ smile a little. You have good old, can somebody get the bot over in YouTube? You have good old Metaverse, because Mystic Mind's at 1 over there. You have a Hero Lives to 3, which I've been saying could happen for a very long time. It's a very good card, but paying half your life points and starting the turn to get Ash Blossomed in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Fair balance. I didn't even know their Memories of Hope was limited over there. And then you have Multifaker joining the TCG, coming to 3. I feel like a lot of these balances are, oh, TCG's had it fine this way for so long, let's go ahead and make that move finally in the OCG, and sometimes the reverse happens with the TCG. So let's talk about what we'll mix with these lists so far. No Scythe ban Insight, which my chat has been talking about. Mystic Mine is banned in the OCG. I keep getting conflicting reports. Dude, what? It's banned? Shantae just told me at 1. I keep getting conflicting information.
Change it to 1 in the OCG.
Mystic Mine's the card we were talking about. You said the Mystic Mine was at 1. I've been lied to.
No, put it to 1 in the OCG.
So you're asking that they put it to 1?
Yes.
Why would you want to release Mystic Mine? Why would you do this, Shantae?
To help control decks.
No, absolutely not. We've seen time and time again that usually helps a power output deck like Dinosaurs, or, yes, Sky Striker control deck, in a toxic environment and format of just sitting back and forth. It's really good that it's gone, and I wish the TCG would follow that move. Stop arguing for Mystic Mine, please. Metaverse being free is perfectly understandable with that gone. It's a slower way to activate weaker Floodgate-like field spells like, you know, Necro Valley, Secret Village of the Spellcasters. That's some of the best cards you can summon with it now. Well, I shouldn't say summon, place on the field. But yeah, mine is not at 1, it's banned. I now remember doing a drunk stream to that, which then I abruptly forgot the drunk stream to that, which may be the brain damage why I forgot it was banned. But yeah, it absolutely should not be at 1. It should be banned. Concerned about the deck archetype that's going to come out. Wouldn't Mystic Mine just to help that even more? It's all spells and stuff. Sitting behind the Mystic Mine with that you're actually arguing to help it rather than hurt it. Now, there is that deck on the horizon, the deck out deck for the OCG, which a lot of people are concerned about. But again, Mystic Mine missing there shouldn't be the biggest deal. I think the biggest takeaways for us are the Adventurer engine is likely to have hits coming to the TCG at some point. Verte is no longer bulletproof like Halka Fibrax is, where Halk has infinite tuners banned for it. It seems that they're going the other route and saying, well, you know what? Fusion cards, but less consistent versions because you can't use the extra deck for it. And no Dagda, though, Scythe. I've actually turned around my thoughts if you've been following the channel for a while. I was thinking it should be Dagda that should be hit, but just the fact that other decks, Drytron somehow always does something without the actual card. Like, you know, they don't need Verte or Red Eye's Fusion in order to Dragoon. They also don't need Dagda to Scythe. They can search it because it's a fairy. It's just so funny how Drytron happens to bypass all the rules and become toxic nonetheless with stuff like that. So I do feel like it's about Scythe's time. It itself is the turn long lingering floodgate, and as much as I want to defend it, the fact that it's problematic outside of Dagda, even though Dagda turned it into a problem first, is now a problem outside of Dagda, and it probably should be Scythe to go. I for a long time thought it should be the extra deck enabler, and it's not always. Like I said, I really thought that Verte was okay and the broken fusions were the problems, but here we do have a reversal that I respect. Any final notes from Open Chat? Or anything further to discuss?
TCG free Electromite plays and Jet Synchron. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, I do agree with ban Hulk and free the tuners at this point. I think it would be way more interesting for the Stardust deck, if anything. Donna Majesty could use some help, right, and value. Electromite is an extra deck enabler that has been free for a long time in the OCG, and I don't think would do the heaviest of lifting. You would make one Triff very happy, but I guess Konami's not the biggest Triff gaming fan. And I do feel like it would be pretty nice to have Electromite back. Pendulums kind of need it. Yo, thanks for the host, by the way. I super appreciate it. We're just doing a video right now around the ban list. Overall, I'd rate this ban list a solid 8 out of 10. There's not much more I would change, but I like to be thrown more curveballs than this. Semi-limit use is excellent by the OCG. Some of it's overuse, like Regeki could just peel off to 3, right? They're being cautious, where other things super interesting versus how the TCG holds theirs. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. Mystic Mine is banned in the OCG, hopefully someday in the TCG.